afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, the Commission on Elections begins the random manual audit of votes in the midterm polls. U.S. President Donald Trump begins his Middle East tour with a promise to lift sanctions on Syria. In the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs, the star witness, his Fil-Am ex-girlfriend, testifies. And Robert De Niro receives a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 78th Cannes Film Festival. Thanks for joining us. It's day 2 after the elections. Let's take a look at the latest partial and unofficial results of the senatorial race. Bongo still leading with 26 million votes, followed by Bam Aquino and Bato de la Rosa. Erwin Tulfo comes in 4th, with Kiko Pangilinan at 5th. Rodante Marcoleta is at 6th, followed by Ping Lacson, Tito Soto, Pia Cayetano, and Camille Villar. Lito Lapid and Aimee Marcos complete the Magic 12. More than 80% or 56 million votes have been counted. In the party list race, only 6 groups have so far met the 2% threshold to be assured of at least one House seat. Akbayan is still leading with 4.9% of the votes, followed by Duterte Youth and Tingog. Also in the list, 4Ps, ACT CIS, and Ako Bicol. The partial official election results are expected within the day. Humingi tayo ng update mula sa National Canvassing Center sa Manila mula kay Dexter Ganibe. Dexter, ano ang latest?
May muling nag-convene ang mga miyembro o mga commissioner ng Commission on Election bilang National Board of Canvassers ngayong umaga. Itutuloy nila ang canvassing ng nalalabi pang 117 certificates of canvass mula sa mga probinsya at overseas absentee voting. Pasado alas 10 na kagabi natapos ang unang araw ng canvassing kung saan natapos ng NBOC ang 58 na mga COC na kinabibilangan ito ng 43 mula sa overseas absentee voting, isang COC ng local absentee voting, 6 na COC galing sa probinsya, partikular mula sa Zambales, Camiguin, Bataan, Catanduanes, Batanes at Ifugao. Natapos na ring makanbas kahapon ang mga COC mula sa Baguio City, Las Piñas, Muntinlupa, San Juan, Mandaluyong, Navotas, Lapu-Lapu City at General Santos City. Inaasahan ngayong araw ay isapubliko ng Comelec ang partial official tally mula sa 58 na COC na natapos ng makanvas hanggang kagabi. Samantala naman, para doon sa mga kandidatong hindi pa napoproklama dahil sa disqualification cases, ayon sa Comelec, tanging Korte Suprema lang ang makapipigil sa pagpapatupad ng suspension proclamation.
Itigil lang po sa pag-i-implement ng Comelec order, katulad po ng suspension of proclamation, hindi lang po para dun sa nabanggit ninyo, kundi para sa lahat. Titigil lang po kapag may na-issue na temporary restraining order. So they have to go to the Supreme Court, have the SC issue a TRO.
Kaninang alas 12, eksakto alas 12 ng tanghali ay nag-recess pansamantala ang National Board of Canvassers para mananghalian at babalik maya-maya lamang para ituloy naman ang canvassing sa iba pang mga COC na dumating na dito sa Manila Hotel. Ayon nga kay Attorney Rex Laudianco kanina, may 6 na COC pa ang hindi nakakarating dito sa NBOC at yan ang kanilang hinihintay. May?
Dexter, may impormasyon ba kung anong oras ilalabas ang partial official results?
Kinukulit nga namin si Atty. Rex Laudianco kanina na mailabas na bago mananghali. Kanya lang sabi niya, sumasailalim sa masusing audit ang ginawa nilang partial official tally bago ito isa publiko. Ito ay maglalaman ng mga resulta mula doon sa 58 na mga COC na natapos na kagabi. May?
Maraming salamat, Dexter Ganibe, live mula sa Maynila. The Commission on Elections officially begins the random manual audit of votes. Joash Malimban is on the scene for us in Pasay City. Joash, tell us more about this process.
The random manual audit, or the RMA, is one of the Comelec's key transparency measures to ensure the credibility of the election results. Under this process, a total of 762 ballot boxes from across the country, 3 from each of the 254 legislative districts, will be randomly selected and opened. The ballots inside these boxes will be counted manually, and the results will be compared to the printed election returns. This is to check if the votes transmitted to the election servers match the actual ballots cast. 60 auditing tables have been set up, manned by 60 auditing teams. Each team is composed of a chairperson, a secretary, and a third member. The Department of Education provides the personnel for these RMA teams. Comelec also opened a designated viewing area for those who wish to observe the audit. Interested parties must submit a letter of intent at least 3 days in advance to be allowed to view. If more than 10 discrepancies are found in a single ballot box, the case will be immediately referred to the Technical Evaluation Committee for review. The poll body assured the public that the RMA will be conducted smoothly and credibly, noting that in the past elections, the accuracy rate of the automated election system have never fallen below 99%.
Joash, how long will the random manual audit take place?
According to the Comelec, the random manual audit will take to 45 days, but we talked to Tammy Lipana of PPCRV earlier, and she said that this is still subject to change depending on the number of ballots that will be audited.
Thank you, Joash Malimban, reporting to us live from Pasay City. Incoming Senator Kiko Pangilinan admits even he was surprised by his election win. That's as surveys showed he wasn't even in contention. Pangilinan suggests pollsters review their methodology to get more accurate results. Meantime, he attributes his victory to a strong campaign finish and their fight against disinformation.
We got endorsements from the 2 biggest provinces, Cavite and Cebu and Cavite. And then we were in Quezon City sa last day. Tapos sa umaga yon. Tapos sa gabi, nandun na kami sa Naga. And then yung BARM, 1 week before, I think yung support sa amin ni BAM maliwanag. No? Mukhang abulto nung mga hindi siguro nasisiyahan sa bangayan nung dalawang nag-uumpugang bato, for lack of a better term, nakita kami bilang posibleng alternatibo. That's why we're ranking high.
Detained senatorial candidate Pastor Apollo Kibuloy calls for a manual recount of senatorial votes. He's falling way behind in the race. The televangelist is in 31st place in the partial and unofficial results. His camp alleges irregularities, including supposed overvoting anomalies and inconsistencies in ballot readings. They say this is not a rejection of our democratic process, but a call to strengthen it. They vow to pursue all legal avenues to ensure the integrity of every vote. Kibuloy, who's part of the Duterte list of senatorial bets, is currently at the Pasig City Jail facing charges of human trafficking, child abuse, and sexual abuse. In Las Piñas, Congressman-elect Mark Santos feeling the pressure to deliver in his 3-year tenure. Santos's landslide election victory ended the Villar's 3-decade stay in Congress as Las Piñas' lone district representative. On Billionario News channels at the forefront, Santos says getting the right budget for socialized housing is on top of his priority programs.
Ang pinaka-priority kasi yung on-site relocation, in-city relocation and on-site development na. Maganda kasi yung pambansang pabahay program, parang pinattern ng DSUD, ng Department of Human Settlements, after Singapore style na housing program. May estate management doon, so kompleto.
Santos also sees the need for Las Piñas to have a second voice in Congress.
Sa Las Piñas, qualified na kami para sa 2 congressional district. Imagine if you have 2 representatives, mas maraming representation, mas maraming infrastructure program, mas maraming pondo na maibababa ka doon sa the city as a whole.
Isko Moreno officially reclaims the Manila City Hall with his running mate Chi Atienza proclaimed as vice mayor. Paulo Barcelon tells us what Moreno plans to address first in his new term.
After over 26 hours, the people have spoken. Yorme is back in Manila. The City Board of Canvassers finally called the race before 9 p.m. Tuesday. Isko Moreno's message to Manileños: start the healing process and reach out to opponents.
We should come up with any way of arc of random kindness sa ating isa't isa. For the meantime, I will let Mayor Hani Lacuna do her job for the remainder, so I think 6 weeks.
Hours before the proclamation, his former governance partner, outgoing Mayor Hani Lacuna, conceded the race and thanked Manileños for their support. Domagoso won with an overwhelming majority, garnering over 530,000 votes, as opposed to Lacuna's over 190,000 votes.
Ang pagmamahal ninyo at pagtitiwala sa pamilyang Lacuna, magmula pa sa aking ama na si Danny Lacuna, ay hinding-hindi ko malilimutan magpakailanman. Mahal na mahal ko po kayong lahat, mga kapwa kong Manileño. Pagpalain tayo ng poong may kapal.
Moreno and Vice Mayor-elect Chi Atienza say they're now moving to prepare for their term. And among the first order of business, ensure garbage collection in the city is prompt and timely.
Hindi ako mangingimi kung ano man yung mangyayari sa kanila pag hindi sila nagbuti. Because kapakanan ng taong bayan itong pinag-uusapan natin, hindi negosyo nila.
Aksyon Demokratiko now holds 22 out of 36 seats in the local council and gained one more seat in the House after longtime councilor Joey Oy stunned the city by defeating Pandacan's longtime Solon, Benny Abante. Asenso Manileño, Moreno's former party, still has 4 seats in the House and 14 city councilors. Paulo Barcelon, Billionario News Channel.
The poll body defers the proclamation of 19 winning candidates pending resolution of their disqualification cases. Among them, suspended Marikina Mayor Marcy Teodoro and Isabela Vice Mayoral Bet Harold Respicio. Joash Malimban returns with this report.
In the latest partial and unofficial results of the 2025 elections, the Teodoro couple is emerging victorious in the city of Marikina. Maan Teodoro defeated incumbent Congresswoman Stella Kimbo in the mayoral race. Her husband, suspended Mayor Marcy Teodoro, won his bid for congressman against Senator Coco Pimentel. While Maan has already been proclaimed by the City Board of Canvassers, Marcy's victory remains in limbo. In the latest decision by the Commission on Elections, Teodoro's proclamation has been suspended, pending his disqualification case. Last December, the Comelec First Division canceled Teodoro's certificate of candidacy due to questions on his residency. He filed a motion for reconsideration that same month. And because there is still no final ruling from the Comelec en banc, the poll body decided to hold off on his proclamation. Billionario News Channel tried to get a statement from Teodoro, but he has yet to issue a response. A similar situation unfolds for controversial Isabela Vice Mayoral candidate Harold Respicio. He currently faces a disqualification case for allegedly spreading false information related to the elections. Just a day before the 2025 polls, Comelec served another show cause order to Respicio over a viral Facebook post, which Meta later took down at the request of the poll body. Respicio questioned the updated software version of the automated counting machines, which according to Respicio, differed from the audited version in the official reports.
Kung ano-anong mga sagot ang sinasabi nila na obvious na totally incompetent sila sa technicalities ng programming at deployment ng software. Sir, i-open source nyo na lang yung source code ng version 3.5. Kami na bahala mag-hash at kami na rin bahala titingin kung malinis yun o hindi. Yan lang ang tanging paraan para makumpiyansa ang aming loob.
Comelec earlier dismissed Respicio's claims, calling it fake news. The Commission explained that the version installed on the ACMs was already the final audited software, hence the version update. Respicio, however, says that Comelec had no sufficient basis to suspend his proclamation, claiming that the agency was merely taking things personally.
Ngayon, ang naging problema, merong isang ahensya ng gobyerno na napakalayo na nasa Maynila na wala namang democratic mandate na gustong i-overrule ang democratic mandate ng mga taga-Reyna Mercedes. Yun ba ang gusto nila? Hindi. Hindi naman ang Comelec, ang pamumunuan ni Atty. Harold Respicio. Ang pamumunuan ko ay yung mga kababayan ko dito sa Reyna Mercedes. Sila ang namili kung sino ang maging leader nila. Pabayaan natin silang mag-enjoy na pamunuan sila ng taong napili nila.
Teodoro and Respicio are among 19 candidates whose proclamations have been suspended pending the resolution of the disqualification cases. The list could still grow as Comelec faces a backlog of cases it plans to resolve before the official assumption of office on June 30. Joash Malimban, Billionaire News Channel.
Trump 2.0 offering a partnership to longtime U.S. foe Syria. In his Middle East tour that began in Saudi Arabia, President Donald Trump promised to lift all sanctions on Syria, which had been in place during Bashar al-Assad's rule. Trump also said he would meet interim Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara in Riyadh. Shara is a former al-Qaeda commander who spent 5 years in a U.S. prison in Iraq.
That will hopefully succeed in stabilizing the country and keeping peace. That's what we want to see in Syria. They've had their share of travesty, war, killing, many years. That's why my administration has already taken the first steps toward restoring normal relations between the United States and Syria for the first time in more than a decade.
Pope Leo XIV now online. The Vatican says the newly elected Pope's social media accounts have already been activated. He has kept the same at Pontifex account used by his predecessors Benedict XVI and Francis on X. On Instagram, he will use at Pontifex Pope Leo XIV, while the late Pope Francis's account will remain accessible as ad memoriam. Pope Leo XIV will be officially installed as the new leader of the Catholic Church at a Mass in St. Peter's Square on Sunday, May 18. Kim Kardashian makes her highly anticipated court appearance in Paris in the trial of 10 people accused of robbing her at gunpoint. That shocking incident happened during the 2016 Paris Fashion Week when a gang broke into her hotel room, tied her up, and stole jewels worth millions of dollars. Kardashian told a Paris court she thought she would be raped and killed as the suspects, who were even dressed in police uniforms, threw her on the bed. The reality TV star said she forgives the alleged mastermind after receiving an apology, but it didn't take away the trauma from the robbery.
I think she was sincere in expressing empathy for the reasons that they sought to issue an apology to her. You know, in my mind, it's part admission of their guilt of what they did. And obviously for their process, they're seeking redemption. But at the same time, what they did to her, it was violent, it was terrible, and it changed the arc of her life. So what can she really do when faced with that?
On to another high-profile celebrity trial. Sean Diddy Combs' Fil-Am former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, has testified in the hip-hop mogul's case. Ventura said Combs forced her into repeated drug-fueled sex parties known as freak-offs. The rapper also allegedly beat her frequently, leaving her with black eyes and bruises all over her body. Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 felony counts of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If convicted on all counts, he faces a minimum 15 years in prison and could face life behind bars. We're taking a break. Still to come, a look at the star-studded opening ceremony of the 78th Cannes Film Festival. That and more when Newsfeed at Noon returns.
your newest source of news and information, follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow, something to watch. Not just surprise.
On cable and free TV.
Good morning, everyone!
Online.
On Trade Talk, joining us this morning. Just days to go.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda.
This is BNC and we are everywhere.
On a Sunday, on a fun day, you and I. On a Sunday, on a fun day, play together. On a Sunday, play together, having some fun on the Sunday.
You're back on Newsfeed at noon. The PPCRV wants more volunteers to help in its audit of votes. For details, Andrea Salve joins us live from the Poll Watchdog's Command Center in Manila. Andrea, go ahead.
My work continues for the PPCRV and its volunteers here at their command center in Manila with the influx of physical election returns coming in. The poll watchdog now calls for more volunteers to assist with the auditing process. So far, 11,860 physical ERs are already in-house. That's 12.71% of the expected ERs nationwide. And according to PPCRV, this marks a critical mass of returns. Last night, their volunteers took a break from the tedious work, but now they're ramping up as they anticipate more files arriving. As of last night as well, they have received ERs from several polling centers in the Bangsamoro region, regions 4A, 8, 11, and 12. As for the update on the transmitted votes, the PPCRV has already received 97.38%, just a few steps behind of Comelec's 99% mark. Right now, the poll watchdog has 185 volunteer stations, but if needed, they say they can scale up to as much as 240 volunteers. The PPCRV is also expected to release voter turnout figures soon, which they say are especially high in the southern regions.
Thank you, Andrea Salve, reporting live from Manila. In sports, a tough challenge awaits Gilas Pilipinas in the 2027 FIBA World Cup. The Philippines is grouped alongside Australia, New Zealand, and Guam in Group A during the draw in Qatar. The three best-placed teams in each group, along with the best fourth-place team, will qualify to the main draw. Alex Ayala and Coco Gauff barge into the doubles quarterfinals of the Italian Open. The duo shut down local wildcards Tyra Caterina Grant and Lisa Pigato. The Filipino star and the American sensation needed just over an hour to win the match. Up next for Alex and Coco, defending doubles champs Jasmine Paulini and Sarah Errani.
Hi everybody, it's Alex and Coco here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving us this week, and hopefully in our next match, a lot of you will come out and watch.
Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Super happy to be playing with Alex, and hope you guys can keep supporting us. And we don't like Team Coachella, so if we can...
Okay, so another name maybe, another name. Okay, bye.
On to entertainment news. The 78th Cannes Film Festival officially opens. From Halle Berry, Heidi Klum, Quentin Tarantino to Sean Baker. It was a star-studded opening ceremony at the Grand Theatre Lumiere. Robert De Niro received the Palme d'Or for Lifetime Achievement, with Leonardo DiCaprio handing him the award. The two men first worked together in the 1993 film This Boy's Life. They also starred in the 2023 thriller Killers of the Flower Moon. The 78th Cannes Film Festival runs until May 24. And the Eurovision fever heats up in Switzerland. 15 countries competed in a dazzling first semifinal, packed with pyrotechnics, visual effects, and a dramatic sweep of music. But in the end, only 10 qualifiers were selected, including Ukraine, the Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Norway, and Sweden. The finals will be held on Saturday.
We're very happy tonight. Yes, it's been a great result, and we're looking forward to Saturday night.
I only feel sorry for Belgium. They are really going to be missed on Saturday. But now I hope they are going to cheer for the Netherlands as well.
I'm very happy. I was not even expecting us to qualify, but you can really see that odds prove nothing, and Europe understood our message, and I'm very, very happy.
Dolce and Gabbana take their bold Baroque vision to Rome. The fashion duo opened an exhibition showcasing over 200 handcrafted pieces that celebrates Italian style and history, blending influences from Renaissance painting to Sicilian folklore. The show spans 13 immersive rooms and will run until August 13. The exhibition was previously held in Milan and Paris and will later head to the U.S.
Le fait que l'exposition arrive à Rome est un moment très très important.
The fact that the exhibition is arriving in Rome is a very, very important symbolic moment, because Rome is the capital of the arts. This is where centuries have unfolded with the greatest artists. And so, the exhibition pays tribute to many of these figures, such as Raphael or Caravaggio, but also to Greek and Roman art. And then, as in this room, at the very top of this monument, which also honors the monumentality of Rome and Imperial Rome, you'll discover a dress inspired by the Colosseum.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on the Billionaire News Channel. Good afternoon.